Thank you. So, thanks for joining the session. So, today we are going to give the demo. So, nothing but like I'm going to cover this one so that in this session you can understand so what is the supply chain management and how SAP IBP, the software, is going to support the supply chain activities. Hmm? So, this is our course content. So, today I am taking the overview so that you can understand what is SAP IBP, what are the modules are there, and which one we need to learn, and so etc. and all. And this is our training is going to cover. So, this is completely course content. So, basically in SAP IBP, so we are going to cover demand planning and S&OP supply planning. That is part of this training, and there are other modules IO as well as the responsive supply. So that is we are taking a separate training. Why and all I will tell you. So then tomorrow we will give the high level system demo so that you can understand how IBP is looks like and all. Then from next day we are going to start doing the model configuration. So model configuration is nothing but the basic and initial configurations. Hmm? So once it is done, we will start SAP IBP demand planning module. So there we are going to cover all the demand planning topics. Then S&OP supply, we will cover supply. Then I will take one session on the overview of control tower and one session on the IBP IO. So these are the two overview sessions we will give you. And generally the schedule is like a morning 6:30 to 8 o'clock IST, and Monday to Friday, and Saturday Sunday generally we will not have the sessions. And all the sessions we are recording, so we will give the recording maybe after 2 hours or 3 hours of the session, so that it's going to be permanent with you, the recordings. In case if you miss any session, you can go to the recording, or maybe you want to recollect some of the things while you are doing the practice also, you can always go to the recording. And a part of this training, so this is 1 month training, so I think we will complete by July end. And till the training duration 1 month. I think somebody not in the mute. Can you be in the mute? If you have some questions, anyway, I will ask you to. I will open for the questions. So normally the schedule is daily India time morning 6:30 to 8 o'clock, and Monday to Friday. No sessions on Saturday, Sunday. And while you are doing the practice, if you find any difficulty, so you have stuck somewhere else, so I will give my mail ID, so you can write a mail with error details and all, so that I can reply, and you can continue your practice. Or maybe for example if something you are not able to understand through mail also, after the next day session I will make you presenter. You can share your system and you can explain our error and all. I will help you. So like that we can help you. And after the training, we will help you to prepare your profile, uh, and if you are okay, I will take the mock interview. And once you are attending the interviews and all, you can ask the interview questions, and also we can discuss your interview questions also. That is going to be supported from our side. Mm. And yeah, uh, yeah, this is the training content and the schedule. And yeah, myself, I have some 15 years of experience. It's including SAP APO as well as IBP both. And this IBP training we are giving since more than 2 years. Hmm? Okay, so anyone have any general questions? Yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I can start the demo. You can unmute and you can ask our questions.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask I don't have a SAP background, so do you think this training is for someone who does not have any background, and any relevant background, or it's someone who is already experienced or have some know-how? I've already I have a business administration background. I've worked in HR and marketing department, but I don't have any such relative experience or something. So I just wanted to like bring this in your notice. Is it like relevant?
Exactly, yes, yeah. So even if people doesn't have the like SAP background, yeah, still like if you have the time and if you have the interest, yeah, definitely you can easily get into this IBP.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, generally who are working already in APO, so you don't have option. You need to migrate to SAP IBP. Yeah, because APO is going to close.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
have
think.
a question, sir, here.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I'm new to this. I'm new to this SAP IBP. I've researched on this, but then I just wanted to ask you a question. Like, are there any advanced courses in this, or like, do we have to have SAP HANA experience or something for this, or we can just dive into this?
Yeah, actually, technically, you don't need to have any experience to get into SAP IBP. But if you are already having in SAP APO experience, yeah, there is no option. We need to migrate to IBP because APO is going to close by SAP. So there is no option. They need to migrate to IBP. And if you are working in SAP PP and all, yeah, you are going to move into the IBP also. Then it's like relevant for them. Uh, but others, yeah, initially you may feel little difficult, but after some days, like after a few days, you will be definitely adapting this one, the terminology at the screens, etc. Then you will be familiar. But yeah, only the thing is, if you really able to spend time and if you show the interest, so definitely it's easy to understand. It's not like something coding, some technology, something. It's very easy to understand. Only you need to show your interest. That's it. Hmm?
So it's
So
not that technical, you mean to say?
correct, correct. It's not like you are not writing any code and all.
And how is this course, which you're, making us go through, different from SAP Learning Hub? How is it different, or is it the same, exactly the same?
No, no, no. Actually, see, like a this training we are going to give like as a it's going to drive as a one implementation project. So, for example, like if you are going to work in implementation project, so each and every business scenario, how you will understand and how you will configure the system. Hmm? So, for example, like tomorrow you are going to work in SAP IBP. So, at least like after this training, you will able to work 75% is your own. Mm. But if you go to the SAP learning and all, so you will get some basic IBP. So it's just like some 20% of knowledge of IBP, but not really. You cannot go and work in any project. But this training, so you feel like after this training you will equal to like as a some 3 years of experience guy, so that you can work like as an experienced person in SAP IBP. You can directly work in a SAP IBP projects.
Right, thank you.
So because here we everything we are going to understand, okay, why we need to do this one in the real time project, like as a consultant, how you will think to do this one, and what could be the business reasons, what are the inputs we need to give, what are the output we will get give, and why we need to give this input, why you will get this output, where that is using. So like that all kind of a detail things we are going to discuss, like as you are working on, if you feel like you are working on an implementation project.
Kalyan, one doubt, like if we are entering into IBP, for example, this is enough for demand planning and SNOP training, or anything we need to learn again?
Yeah, I will tell detail in coming slides. But yeah, definitely like as a initial step into IBP, yeah, these two is a mandatory. But like a long-term point of view, we need to enhance other modules of IBP also.
Okay, okay, thank you, Kalyan.
Yeah, yeah, you can ask any questions. Don't keep the questions in the mind. It will disturb you a lot. Hmm? You can ask any questions. So don't worry, that it's right question or wrong question, or somebody will feel good or bad or all. Don't think all these things. Just anything you can ask, so that because you are joining this training to clarify your questions.
Hi, Kalyan. This is Manish.
Yeah,
Uh,
Manish.
uh, I'm in the same field. I mean, not in SAP, but I'm on the functional side. So I've been using uh, I'm a demand and sales and operations planner. So I've been in this field for like last 5 years, but mine is entirely in the end forecasting and everything. But I used SAP, but as an end user in terms of uh, stock reconciliations, sending purchase orders and the other stuff, but never been into SAP IBP. So right now, I just want to get into transition phase to move into a bit of implementation and get into the project, be in this software side. So how will this be impacting my career? I mean, will that go a bit forward or?
Yeah. See, normally if you are working in as a planner, so generally
Yeah.
the career growth is not much. So, but
Okay.
if you become as IT consultant, then definitely you can see the career growth is into the 2x times.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, like as a planner, you know how to use the system, but like a
Yes.
how to configure the system that you will know after the training, like as IT consultant. Hmm?
Okay.
So
Okay.
then you have already planner experience, at least like the business point of view, theoretically, you know why,
Yeah.
what is and all. But now you will learn here how to do in the system itself also. So then,
Okay.
so instead of planner experience, you can showcase like a IBP experience, last three
Okay.
years. Then you can try as
Okay.
IT consultant job.
Okay. Okay. So did you have like enough IT consultant vacancies then right now?
Sorry.
Like, is IPP really getting grip in India right now, or any, I mean, abroad and stuff?
Yes, yes, yes. Both. Yeah, it's have a lot of demand now in India or outside anywhere.
Okay, because I heard S4HANA has a lot, but I'm into this demand and forecasting, so I was like into, I thought of like joining this session.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because you are working as a planner, this one, so definitely, yeah, this is going to be more suitable.
Okay, okay, all right. Thank you.
See, many companies, what they are doing for IBP consultants, so they are hiring the B school guys, and they are giving the training, and then
Mm.
they are giving opportunity to work into SAP IBP projects. So now
Okay.
they are become as a IBP experts in many of the companies. So
Mm-hmm.
that's right. So generally the B school guys, they don't have any technical background. So
Mm-hmm.
they're all like, if you see any company, so many B school people are now leading their IBP projects.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Kalyan. Thank you.
Anyone having APO background here?
Hi, I have PPDS background.
Okay. So who worked in APO, DP, SNP?
I work
Okay.
partially on those things, not in depth.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, fine. Okay. So let me take this overview session so that at least you will get some fair idea what about IBP and all today. And tomorrow I will give the system demo so that you can understand like how the system is going to use. So that from after tomorrow when we are going to start working on these configurations and all, so that you can easily connect. So because you know how this is going to work in the system and all. Hmm? So definitely it's kind of a change. Entirely you are entering something new. So always the change initially will give pain, but yeah, if you, it will take some time to adapt the change, but once you adapt the change, definitely you will get the benefit of the change. So now IBP have a lot of demand, and so a lot of opportunities also in the market. So definitely career point of view, it's definitely good choice. I will give one like example. For example, like a somebody working in SAP IBP more than 5 years. So they're good, very good in SAP IBP, for example. So they are easily getting 30 plus lakhs. But wherever if you take other technology like maybe SAP SD, PPMM, or you can take any other technologies also. So it's very hard to get 30 lakhs for 5 years experience guy. Hmm? So that is one example. Keep in our mind. So that kind of a demand we have for SAP IBP. Okay, so this is going to cover the SCM overview, supply chain management overview, and IBP overview, and SAP APO versus IBP, and IBP capabilities. And we are going to discuss high level each and every module in SAP IBP, and integration, some screens and some question and answers, etc. Anyway, in between I will stop for our question and answers, so there you can ask the questions. If you have any questions, yeah, please make a note and keep be wait. Hmm? Otherwise, it will disturb the continuation flow. So in between, I will stop. So there you can ask always your questions. So basically, the supply chain management. So before you are going to enter into SAP IBP, so we need to be familiar the supply chain management. Because to support the supply chain management only, we need a software of SAP IBP. So basically, for example, you want to buy a car. Mm. So what you will do, you will buy a car from the car dealer. Mm. And where the car dealer will get the product from the warehouse. Mm. Every car manufacturing company, they have warehouse in every state, for example. Mm. They will deliver to their dealers, and from the dealer you are going to buy the car. Then where the dealers will, like where the warehouse will get the cars from the manufacturing plant. For example, in the Pune they have some manufacturing plant, or Chennai they have some manufacturing plant. From there across the distribution centers or warehouses, they will deliver the cars. They will make in the manufacturing point and they will distribute the cars to their delivery centers. From there it will come to the dealers, and from the dealer it will reach to the end customers. And to manufacture the car, they need some tires, engine, batteries, etc. and all. So that normally that car manufacturing company they will not make that one. Mm. For example, tires they will procure from the vendors or suppliers. For example, from MRF or maybe or some other Bridgestone or other companies, Apollo, etc., C8, etc. And battery they may take from Amar Raja, Exide, etc. Similarly, from Light, some other company. So like that. So to manufacture the car, so some components they are going to procure from the vendors or like a suppliers. So this whole process called as the supply chain management. And here there are a lot of activities are there. So the plant simply they will not manufacture excess X quantity and they can dump into their DCs. So they will see, okay, how much the dealer is going to buy next month from me. So that they will forecast. Okay. So for example, the DC1 is distributing to 10 dealers. So each dealer, how much they are going to buy next month. According to that, I need to maintain that much stock in my DC. According to that, I need to manufacture that many cars in my plant. According to that, I need to procure that many components. So otherwise, if simply they will manufacture some X without any planning, so they may manufacture excess or they may manufacture less. In case if they manufacture excess, what is the problem? Inventory. Hmm? So they are going to spend a lot even though they are not going to sell that much quantity. Hmm? For example, I will manufacture 1000 quantity, but simply I sold only 500 quantity. So my inventory becomes a doubled. Hmm? Definitely financially it is going to be not visible, not feasible, or like a maybe financially it is going to be loss making. Or for example, like a, so I have manufactured 1000 quantity, but I received the orders as a 2000 quantity. So I cannot able to supply. Then, for example, like a, if you don't find a product, so normally you may buy other product also, the competitor product. You may not wait also. Then, as a company, you are going to lose your sales. So, to maximize your customer sales deliveries, uh, so to maximum orders you need to be delivered, and you need to optimize your cost. So, whatever really required, that much only you need to manufacture it. Then only those companies become a successful supply chain. Then only definitely they will make some profitability. So now imagine in the real time. So if you take any company, so they have thousands of manufacturing units, or maybe some hundreds or tens, or they have some n number of the distribution centers, n number of the customers, and they may have thousands of products, and they are getting the data from the multiple vendors also. Now here, so we need to forecast each DC level, each customer level, how much they are going to sell, and we need to plan how much we need to manufacture in which plant and when, and we need to plan how many components we need to procure, when we need to procure, from where we need to procure, etc. and all. So definitely in the real time, it's a very big company with a huge number of this kind of a data records. So definitely they need some software to manage all these activities. Hmm. So their forecasting process, their manufacturing process, and their procurement process to run their end-to-end supply chain. So to do this one, so definitely they need some software. Hmm. So for that one from SAP side, so they have given a software called as the IBP, Integrated Business Planning. This is to run the companies, their supply chain, or to automate all these processes. To automate all these processes, so SAP given as a software as a SAP IBP. So using that one, so they can optimize their inventory, maximize their customer service levels, and they can automate their complete supply chain process. Hmm. And every company, the supply chain is very, very important. For example, like imagine in the COVID time. Hmm. So COVID time, so everything is got closed except the supply chain. So imagine if supply chain got closed, then you will not receive any medicines because they have to manufacture, they will distribute, and they will send to the dealers. From there you will receive it. Why you are able to receive? Because that supply chain is not closed. And for example, food, it's not closed. So when the world is running, the supply chain supposed to be run. To run that one, they need some software. That is the importance. And they can do lot of miracles with the supply chain. Effective learn. If they really effective learn, they can do lot of things by supply chain learn. So I will give an example, like a Dell. So when Dell they introduced in the market, so that time like a the IBM and HP, they are the big dinosaurs in the manufacturing of laptops. So when Dell they introduced it in the market, so they don't have that much of inventory, brand name, etc. and all. So how now Dell is like a equal to these two guys in the market? So because of they implemented a effective supply chain. So what Dell is did? So they don't have much inventory like these guys. They don't have brand like this. So what they did like so they given in the online the options. Earlier like simply they will manufacture the laptops and then they will send to their dealers, and from dealer the customers will buy. What Dell did like they created a website. So there like I can choose whatever I want it, what are the RAM size, etc. and all. Then I can place order. Then the surroundings of the Dell plant, all the component distributor to manufacture the laptop, what are the components required? So all are surroundings of the Dell manufacturing unit only. So once they get order, immediately they will order to these guys. Then they will supply the components immediately. Then they will manufacture and then they will deliver it. So that it's a zero cost. So they don't really to maintain any like a raw material components, etc. So definitely they don't really require much inventory. And they're all very surroundings of this company, so that the transportation also will not take much time. Maybe they make it same day or next day morning, and immediately they will manufacture and then they will deliver it. So like that, so they started this effective supply chain, and now they become equivalent to these guys. For example, like a Tata Motors, they took the nano car for 1 lakh. So the same similar strategy. So who are going to supply the components to manufacture the Tata nano car? So all are surroundings to the Tata nano manufacturing plant. So they will receive the orders, and then they will ask the dealers to like they will ask the suppliers to send the components. Next day morning they will get and they will manufacture, and end of the day they will start supplying also. So lot of cost effectives happen. That's why they are able to make for 1 lakh. Hmm. So that is the importance of the supply chain in the industry side. Hmm. So to make that important, so definitely they need some software. So in the market, so other than SAP IBP, there are some other softwares also there. Hmm? So the can access O9, some competitors also there for SAP, but still SAP is a market leader. Hmm? And a lot of opportunities there in SAP. Hmm? So like if you take top, like, or maybe some any company, they are implementing some supply chain software. So 60 to 70% they are implementing SAP IBP. Remaining 30-40% they are going with some other tools. Hmm? So that's why here we have a lot of opportunities because many people are implementing. So we have a lot of opportunities. And SAP is more user friendly for learning point of view, using point of view. Like for example, planners, they want to use some software, so they feel definitely it's more user friendly, as well as who are the IT consultants. So we will also feel more user friendly to, like, understand the software. So both ways it's really good. And now the technology is also changing, so they adopted all like as a new technology. So that's why we can call this as a the next generation supply chain planning tool. So it means, so now the memory they given as a HANA, because like so earlier when we are going to do some reporting and all, if I want some extract some report, it may take 1 hour. So for example, like so all the big managers, they are sitting some meeting and they want to discuss and they want to change some data and they want to see the results. According to, they want to take some business decision. So if your report itself it is giving for 1 hour, so they cannot waste that much of time. So they want the immediately something. Okay, if condition is not A, if I go with B, what is going to be? Okay, so I can compare A and B, then I will take a decision. So with this HANA memory, so it is very fast now, either to give the data and to maybe run the jobs, etc. in the system, everything. And now everything is coming as a cloud-based tools. Hmm? So now SAP IBP also a cloud-based technology. Hmm? And as a planning system, so there are different options in the planning. Everything it is going to be supported. For example, like a so SNOP, this is one of the module in IBP, and IBP have the sub modules. The whole product we have the sub modules. So S&OP, the sales and operational planning. So basically this is nothing but like a cover the demand planning and supply planning. Okay, what is the demand planning? So basically the demand planning is nothing but like a the forecasting. Okay, oh, how much I am going to sell in the future. The predicting process is nothing but like a forecasting. So that will cover by demand planning. And then, okay, once I know what I am going to sell in the future, so according to that I need to plan for my manufacturing, and according to that I can plan for my procurement, and according to that I need to distribute my stock. So that is going to be covered in the supply planning. So this demand planning and supply planning both will cover in S&OP, nothing but like a sales and operation planning module. But here, so this is nothing but like a the lighter version of demand planning and supply planning, because like some small companies they want to implement SAP IBP, but they don't have much budget, and in the same time they don't really to need all the features or functionalities, etc. Then they can go with the sales and operation planning license, so that they can manage their demand and supply planning process. If there is a big company, so they want a lot of scenarios or end-to-end scenarios or all the scenarios in the demand planning, then they need to take additional license of IBP demand module, and they need to implement IBP demand. Similarly, so they want all the functionalities of supply planning, so then they need to take additional license of response and supply module. And there is another module called as inventory optimization. So basically, this is we are using to calculate the safety stock. And there is another module called as the control tower. So basically this is a reporting tool. So these are all part of SAP IBP. So if small company with a limited functionalities, yes, they can choose this IBP, and bigger organizations with all the functionalities, then they can choose additional license with the demand and response and supply. And in case somebody want to do the safety stock calculation and they want to the reporting also, still it is supporting. So basically, with using of all these modules, so that we can cover their end-to-end supply chain planning process. So we are going to automate their end-to-end supply chain process. System is going to drive their supply chain process. Okay. So now, like if any company want to implement SAP IBP, generally what they used to do, so they used to initially go with S&OP module or demand and S&OP module. Hmm? So generally it will take for 1 year for implementation. Then they will take some time to adapt and to use and get the benefit of this one. Then they may go for this implementation. Then they go for this implementation. Then they go for this implementation. But control tower anyway, I don't see much demands in the market now because they are using some other reporting tools. But mostly the people are going to use this S&OP, demand planning, inventory optimization, responsive supply. And here, so generally so normally most of the jobs in SAP IBP, so 70% of the requirement, a combination of a S&OP supply and demand planning. These are the two modules. And people will expect knowledge of IO or knowledge of control tower. So that is the reason. So this we are taking as a one training. So we are giving in this training. Okay, we are covering in this training the S&OP supply and demand planning and knowledge of IO and control tower. And you want to become as a response and supply consultant. So you should be very good into these modules. You should be very good into these three modules. Then only you can able to understand this one. For example, without any background, you can able to enter into this demand and S&OP supply. Once you are familiar of this demand and supply process, then you can you can easily understand the inventory. Once you are good into this, then only you can able to understand this one. Like that, there is a dependency. Even the companies also start implementing first these two, then this one, then finally this one. So recently SAP also given most of the functionality in this module. So now overall IBP, you will find only some 20% of requirement for this module now. So first you can take the training of this one, get some opportunity to work in IBP. So familiar of all these three, then slowly you can enter into this one. Hmm? So that down the time you should be good into all the modules so that you can able to work next 15 years minimum in this module, in this IBP itself. You don't need to worry about any technology changes and all, so that you can work in this technology. Hmm? So this is kind of a completely advanced. So maybe you can think about once you get opportunity and once you work with these modules, once you become as expert, then only you can think about this one. Otherwise, you cannot directly enter into this one. Okay. So I will stop here so that anyone have any questions, please let me know. Then we will continue the further slides.
Kalyan, you told right O9 and Kinaxis and these things. What is the
Yeah.
major difference like Kinax O9 and IBP actually?
See, it's like more or like a functionality wise, it's more or less similar. Maybe 80% is everybody because
Means
they
it is
have to.
also that is also in supply chain only the
Yeah,
O9.
that's right. It's also supply chain, so they are also going to cover like a forecasting, demand planning, supply planning, something. But again, like a uh, it's a kind of a like a branding wise, so most of the companies are using SAP. Even for example, if you take ERP, so almost some 60-70 percentage people are using only ERP of SAP
Okay.
because
But
SAP
O9
is
is O9 is not in ERP, right? You're saying?
no, O9 is only planning tool. O9 and Kinaxis, all these are planning tool, like as a
Okay.
IBP also only planning tool.
Yes, yes. Okay. But my doubt is why the companies are using for O9 compared to any like efficiency wise or anything. Why instead of IBP they are using for O9 some of the companies.
Yeah, maybe the cost will be different, or maybe the uh, the IT head he may like O9. So there will be different reasons, but overall The IBP is the market leader.
Is it possible to both? You can use it in the one project like IBP and O9, or only for
No use,
anyone?
no?
Any
For the same
no
job
use.
you are keeping two people, then
Okay, okay,
it's a double cost of your project unnecessarily.
okay, okay. Maybe something like if you are already implementing IBP or something, then again they are migrate to O9 or something. Is it possible or no use? That is also
That's why. So to do the same job, why you want to do two things?
okay, okay.
It's like a,
Definitely.
see, you have to spend double cost, no? It's a
Okay,
huge cost, no? Why you want to spend double cost?
okay, okay. Okay.
Hi Kalyan, Harshneet here.
Yeah.
So as we know that AI is entering the market, so how it will impact on IBP jobs? Is there any impact or there is no any impact of it?
See, AI is not replacing completely. It is giving a value added. So now in IBP also we are going to use this machine learning, say, etc. and all, but it's not completely replacing us. It's giving some value added. See, AI and all like a you don't think it like a, it's a completely replacing the people. So those are getting into the new jobs. They are generating the new jobs. It's not completing replacing the people. Hmm? See, for example, like a earlier, like if you want to travel something, so you will go to the travel agent and you will buy the ticket. So manually he will write some ticket and he will give you. Hmm? So now there are a lot of apps came. So through app you can able to book your ticket. So it is killing that manual job and it is created some IT job, the technology. Hmm? For example, earlier like a Uber and Ola, when it came to the market, you need to call to some customer care center. Then they need to book your cab. Then you need to wait and all. So now after came this app, so you are going to directly book in the app. So it's killed that job and it's created this job. So now a lot of people in Uber and Ola IT, they need to work to develop this app, to support this app and all. So it's always the technology is creating the new jobs, so not really killing the jobs. So
Yeah,
imagine
okay.
if you don't have like a this kind of a technology, like for example, like a before internet and after internet. So how many jobs are created after the internet? So because of the technology and like earlier there is no smartphone. Imagine after the smartphone, how many jobs are created? So something it is repeated work like a kind of a BPO and so anytime machine can able to replace you without human thinking and all. So those jobs will be definitely will kill. But this supply chain, so as a human we need to understand their business process and according to that we need to map it. So AI cannot do this one, but it can give the value added for this process, but not completely kill your job, because this is here in this job there is a human thinking is there and a human interruption is there. Like we need to talk to the business, we need to understand their requirement, we need to map according to into the SAP IBP. So AI cannot go talk with them and AI cannot think in this way and AI cannot configure exactly what they want it, test it, deliver it and all. So definitely a human supposed to be there in this job. So wherever without human we can able to do those, yeah, those jobs definitely will kill by AI.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
So it's a kind of a data
Okay,
entry. So I can always enter something. It's a repeated job. So those we can program it and we can replace those jobs. But somewhere the planner, a human have to talk, human have to think, and human have to do, that cannot be replaced completely. So earlier in IBP we don't have AI consultants. So now it's going to like create the new market for AI people also in IBP. So somebody have the AI background, now they can also work in IBP. So it's creating the new jobs actually. Only the thing we need to upskill our skills. Like if you don't upskill, yeah, then it's going to be danger. But if you are able to upskill, yeah, definitely every day it's creating the new jobs, every technology creating the new jobs. Just imagine before internet, after internet, how many jobs came. Before smartphone, after smartphone. Take any examples. So how many jobs it is created. Swiggy, and all this food deliveries and all. See how many jobs it is created because of technology. Earlier, these are all, we don't have all these jobs. Zomato, Swiggy, imagine how many jobs it is created, just one technology. So if you are good into that one, yeah, you can go work as a to manage that software. If you are not good, if you are not technical, yeah, you can work as a delivery boy. So like that, either it's created two jobs also for all the different segment people. It's creating the jobs. Yeah. Any other questions? So all like a for example, like a we can see every house one TV. So you very hard to see any house without a TV. But still, imagine how many companies they are manufacturing, how many TVs they are able to sell, how many TVs and all because of technology. Otherwise, if there is no innovation in the technology, so we can still use that old TVs only. So we don't have this market itself. That it should upgrade it so that now we have to buy the new one. So it's a kind of a cycle. So it's never ended. So technology will create the jobs. It will not kill the jobs. So uh, that is a like assumption of the people. Like technology is killing the jobs. It's really creating the jobs. That's a completely different way. But only the thing we should be adapt into that technology and we need to upskill ourselves. It will always create a lot of jobs. Agree?
Yes,
I have
Kalyan.
Yeah, yeah.
so Kalyan, this is Sai. I have a question. So when you say it's a genuine question that um, when you say the demand is increasing for that, how do we know? Because when I talk about or ask about IBP, right? Many of them, my colleagues or many of them, they don't know there is some module like this. So if I have to take this route and get into it, so how do I know the jobs are increasing for it and it's going to be in the demand?
Yeah. So that I will come here. So for example, like now, before the SAP IBP, so there was a technology called as a APO, Advanced Planning and Optimization. So this particular software from SAP is going to cover the supply chain process. Now, the technology wise, it is outdated one. So that is the reason. So SAP closed this APO and they introduced this IBP. So closed means they given the deadline till 2028. Who are using this APO? They told. So after 2028, I am not going to support this tool. So means they have to close this one. They have to come out from here. Either they need to go to the IBP or they need to go to some other planning tool. They cannot continue to use this one. So now, so when they implemented this SAP APO, almost they have some 3,000 clients. Now SAP is expecting 6,000 clients for IBP because of with the new technology, as well as like earlier, like if you have the ERP SAP, then only APO will support. Now this is going to support any of these things, and it's a cloud platform. And now the user adoption, Excel, like a lot of things. Anyway, I will cover in the coming slides. So now it's almost creating the double jobs, the IBP. As I told, like technology always create the new jobs. So now moving from APO to IBP, so it's like a moving, it's creating the new jobs. It's like again almost some 6,000 clients they are expecting. It's going to be double market. Yeah, see, for example, maybe if I don't know um, about the AI, so I have not like a like not aware what is going in the current market and all. And maybe some of the things, for example, so housewife, she don't know what is going outside, and she don't really require to know what is going in AI. So if somebody don't know what about IBP means, maybe they are working some Oracle, they are working something and also definitely they don't make know about this IBP and all. But somebody working in SAP and somebody working in the planning, so relevant people, so they know about IBP and why, what is IBP market, how it is going, be grow, etc. So
Okay.
that relevant people will know. Maybe everybody should not know, no? Because it's not their job. So maybe some of the things is going, for example, I am not interested about the political things, so I may not know who is the chief minister of all the states, because it's not my job. Hmm? So if somebody very interested about the political, so they know everything. So somebody relevant for that one, yeah, definitely they know, but it's not everybody should know about this IBP.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah. But if somebody working in SAP IBP, yeah, you just ask them, then you will know that the importance and the value of this one. They know the real value. See, for example, if you have some diamond, so if you go to the diamond expert, then they will tell the real cost. If you go to any normal person, they don't know what the cost of the diamond, the value of the diamond. So the relevant people only really know the value of that product. So if somebody working in SAP IBP, yeah, you just ask them, definitely you will know the lot of things about the IBP. Then you will find the real worth of this IBP. So I am giving that example. So who have the IBP experience, 5 years of experience, they are very good in IBP. They are getting 30 plus lakhs. No other technology giving 30 plus lakhs. Maybe if you take any other things, unless until it's the machine learning, AI, all advanced one. All other old technology, no technology is giving 30 lakhs. So normally in the market, the IT rate is per year experience into 2 lakhs. That is the normal market. For example, I am a SAP SD consultant. So if I having 15 years of experience, then I will get 13 lakhs, 30 lakhs, because 15 into 2, 30 lakhs. But now IBP, even I know the people who are having 5 years of experience. So, but definitely they should be good. So they are getting 30 lakhs. That is the market value of IBP. So compared to market value, it is getting 2.5 times of the salary. So normally IT experience is one year into 2 lakhs. That is the way we can calculate. But now here the calculations completely changed because of new technology. For example, you are expert into the AI. So even though if you have experience of 2 3 years also, you may get 15 20 lakhs. If you are experienced in the .NET or Java, so you will get for a 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 5 years experience also, you will get it till below 10 lakhs. .NET, Java, and all, because many people are there in the market, and it's easy to know. Everybody knows it and all. They will get lot of people in the market. But if you imagine machine learning, AI, data scientist, or cyber security and all, so you will not get like a 3 years experience guy in below 10 lakhs also. You will never get it. Hmm? So based on the technology, the value proportion will be changed. Yeah. So just check about, yeah, don't believe me. So check with somebody who is working in IBP, then they will tell the real value. If you go to the diamond expert, he will tell about the diamond things like that. Okay. Yeah. So the capabilities of IBP. So the main advantage of this SAP IBP. So this is like a Excel based planning tool. So earlier, every company, they used to give some software. Normally people have to work in that software, some tool. But now, so this IBP, they given as a Excel based planning tool. It means, so for example, if you open the Microsoft Excel, like as a planner, what they will do, they can log in IBP in the Microsoft Excel itself. Anyway, tomorrow we will see how to connect and all this detail. Just to showcase you, I will open this one. Then your Microsoft Excel become as IBP tool. See, you don't see all these things in IBP normally in Excel. So now my Excel become as IBP tool. So then here, like according to their demand planning process, what are the scenarios they are using? So this is I covered in the last batch. According to the supply, what are the scenarios they will cover, and what are the IO, what are the control tower. So like that, we used to create all the templates. So for example, they want to work on the final forecasting, they will open the template and they can work. So it's like as a normal Excel. So normally the planners, they are very much interested to work in Excel. Like if you give what of the beautiful tool, what of the advanced tool and all, but still finally as a planner, always they want to work in Microsoft Excel. Like normally if somebody want to take a job of a planner, so they will check the basic skill is expert into the Excel. So they used to work in Excel. What of the tool you give, they will always come and work in again Excel. So that is the reason what SAP did. So they given this IBP as a Excel based tool. In Excel itself, you can work in IBP. So what I am looking, that is all I got it. As a planner, so planner side, they will be very happy to adopt this technology. So in the technology, the important point is you have to give the user adoption or user friendly tool. So then only it is going to be success. So imagine like the smartphones. So how much easy the smartphone to use it? Very easy. That's why if you see below 1 year kid, simply they will operate the smartphones. So earlier days, even though you are like a 10 years, like a 15 years or 20 years, or again at least 15 years, so your parents not allow you to touch the radio, because they feel that if you touch that radio, it will be maybe you will spoil that one. But now below 1 year guy, you are giving the like a laptop or maybe mobile, and you are living and you are doing your work. You don't need to worry, because you know how they will use it. They you know, you are confident about them. They can use, they can properly manage it. 2 to 3 years guy also, so you know they will not spoil it. Hmm? So because of the user adoption, so it's easy of user adoption, so that even 1 year, 2 years, 3 years guys, they are using without any adult monitoring and all, they are using the all the laptop, mobile, etc. And even if you see, people are not educated, but still they can able to check it. Like for example, maybe parents are old and all, so if you see there, if you give the smartphone, they used to see the serials in the YouTube, or like maybe they can see the news in the YouTube, and maybe they can able to WhatsApp call you, video calls and all they used to do. They don't have any technology background, but the easy adoption of the technology, everybody adopted this one. Otherwise, like we don't have this kind of a revolution in the soft, like smartphones. It's not easy. So maybe for example, it's a little bit complicated to use the smartphone. Then imagine this much of revolution in the smartphone. No. And so like if you want to try to give the money, nobody will take you, like a small, like a vendor also. Hmm? So if you go to the roadside, small vendor also, they will ask you pay by Google Pay or Phone Pay. Imagine, uh, because of the technology is easy adoption. So that's why everybody's agreed. Okay, you can do this. Otherwise, like people may not believe you are really paying or not. So they will ask you the money. If they take physically, then they will believe it. Okay, I got my money. But now, if you want to give money, also nobody want to take you. Like some time back, if you want to do online transfer, they may suspect. But now, if you want to give money, also they don't want to take you money because of adoption. So if it is a user friendly, that adoption will be there. So that's why SAP given this as a Excel based planning tool for user adoption. So that like for example, if you like maybe tomorrow, like somebody want to implement the planning tool, the Kinaxis will give demo, and IBP will give the demo, and maybe some O9 they will give the demo. then definitely they will like IBP because it's working in Excel. But other tools are not in Excel. That is one good thing. And so always we need to adapt into the new technology. So SAP IBP is having already some machine learning, and now recently they are introducing the AI also in SAP IBP. Very recently there, but it will take some time. And as a planning tool, normally the people want to work in like okay, if I go with the plan A, plan B, plan C, I want to compare it, which is plan is good, I will take that one, like what if scenarios and all. Or I want to simulate, I want to test it, then I will take a decision. So these are all possible. Hmm? And there are some collaboration tools, and it will cover our end-to-end supply chain process. And you can see the reports also, beautiful reports, so to present our management and all, like planners can able to make beautiful reports also in this tool. So these are all like the important capabilities, so high level capabilities of this tool. There are many, but these are all key, I can say, key capabilities. So because of all these things, this got hype, this software, and this is creating a lot of opportunities. Okay, so there are modules, as I told, like S&OP. Basically this is a basic demand planning plus basic supply planning. Like if it is a small company, they don't really require all the functionalities, and they don't really spend a lot of money on this IT. So they have the limited budget for IT, and with that budget only they want to buy the product. Then they can go with this only S&OP license. Then they can implement only S&OP module. It will cover their demand and supply both processes. For example, like I want a phone only to take incoming and outgoing calls only. I don't want to use any other things. I don't want to use any app, nothing. Then why you want to buy some 30,000, 40,000 smartphone? Simply buy for 1,500 normal phone. You cannot invest na 30, 40,000. If it is our requirement is only to take the calls and to receive and like receive calls and outgoing calls only. You don't want any other scenario. So why you want to spend 30, 40,000 as a smartphone? You will spend 1,500 and you will buy normal phone. The same, the companies also, they have the basic supply chain planning processes. They don't want to really expert things and all. Then they can go with like normally small and medium sized companies. Hmm. They have the limited budget of IT. They want to spend only 1 crore per year. Hmm. So those companies, they can take only S&OP. But earlier, like APO days, so even though they are using or not, they need to use entire license. So it's going to be more costly. That's why APO, maybe many clients not adapted because of the cost. So now SAP came understand that okay, so we need to be like a flexible with the cost. That's why they are coming with this kind of a license also. But somebody really want, okay, so I want like a complete demand planning functionalities. Then they need to take additional license of IBP demand. Then it will cover all the scenarios of the demand planning. Anyway, don't worry what is the demand planning, supply planning and all. So again, I will cover one overview session, then only I will start what is the demand planning. Again, I will cover one overview session on supply, then I will show you in the system. So again, we will discuss very detailedly. Just this is kind of a just a demo to familiarize of this tool and all. So similarly, response and supply, so it is going to cover all the supply planning functionalities. Then there is a IO. Basically this is calculating some safety stock. And then there is a control tower, normally to give the reporting, to present all our data as a reporting. Then there is a control tower. Yeah, then there is a SAP work zone. It's a kind of a zone. It's a mobile app. So now, for example, you want to communicate our friends, families and all, how you will communicate with WhatsApp and like a Facebook or Instagram, etc., the social media. But your company thinks you cannot communicate with the social media because it's a private data. So like that, SAP given a work zone. It's a mobile app, so we can install it. So from there only we can able to manage our supply chain things. Okay, you want to give some approvals, you can give approval. You want to attend some meetings, they want to share some documents, they want to see some reports. So everything you can able to manage with the app mobile. So like for example, like as a uh, big shot in our company, so maybe you may not carry the laptop, you will be roaming here and there and all, but still you want to manage all our team for their managing classes, and you want to know currently what is going in my supply chain and all. So with that mobile app you can able to manage everything. then. And coming to the interface. So generally, like a overall SAP IBP, we can make it as a two parts. One is the time series, generally S&OP, demand planning, and IO. These are the modules will come under the time series. And response and supply, this will come under the order series. So the time series, we need one interface as a CIDS, and order series, we need an interface as RTA. Like there is a two different interfaces. Okay, why? What is the interface and why we need interface? So for example, here I am in a IBP, I am doing the planning. So for example, like I am going to predict, okay, what is my future sales in IBP? Using the demand planning, I am going to predict what is my future sales. So to predict my future sales, I need to know the past data. For example, like you are planning to go to the office today. So at what time you need to start? For example, I need to start by 9 o'clock and I need to reach by 10 o'clock. How I know? Why can't 8:30? Why can't 9:30? Because historically, I am going from my house to my office. So historically, I know, okay, if I start 9 o'clock, I will reach by 10 o'clock. Based on that history, you are predicting. Then you are executing according to that. So for example, every month, first week, you will go to the D-Mart. You will not buy simply some products. So historically, you know, what is our consumption? Okay, I need like maybe some 20 kg of rice. I need 5 kg of dal. I need maybe 2 liters of oil. Like historically, you know your consumption and you are predicting what is required for the current month and you are going to buy it. Otherwise, simply you will not buy something. So it's something there in our real time, all these things. So this historical data is available in SAP ERP. Okay, what is ERP? So basically, ERP is nothing but like a to execute your day-to-day activities. For example, if you take a plant, in the day-to-day activity, they are going to sell something. It's like a customer will place some order. So in the system, you need to enter that order, and customers will come for deliveries. You have to give the delivery receipt, then they will show in the warehouse, and then they will get the delivery. And you have to give the invoice to the customer. So if you buy the car, they will give the invoice. Then only can able to do the registration. Without invoice, you can't registration. Or tomorrow you want to file some GST, you have to show the invoice data. Or for example, you bought a mobile, they will give the invoice. Tomorrow something is happened, you will show the invoice, then they will cover the warranty. Or the warranty covered or not, they came to know by invoice only. And for example, they want to procure some components from vendor, like Tata Motors, they want to buy the like tires from MRF. They need to create the purchase requisition or purchase orders. Tata Motors, like today, they want to manufacture some car. So in that plant, they will have some production order. According that, they will produce it. So like, and they want to file their accounting or they want to manage their human resources. So to do their entire activities, ERP. So ERP is one software is going to support all these activities in our organization. Earlier, before the SAP ERP, so like for example, for sales, you need one software. For example, for procurement, you need one software. For manufacturing, you need one software. For accounting, we need one software. For human resource, one software. Say a company is operating all these things and they need to work with the different softwares. And you want to combine and see some data, it's very difficult to combine all the softwares. So that is the reason SAP came that, okay, why can't we give one software for one organization? Because you are running as one organization, but different activities. So why can't we give one software to manage all these things? That is the way SAP ERP came. So SAP ERP will manage your day-to-day activities. But if I want to do something as a planning, okay, what I need to produce in the tomorrow, what I need to procure, when I need to procure, what are the machines I required, how much capacity is required, what is my future sales from this DC to this customer. This all the planning can do in IBP. So now to do this planning, you need this historical data from ERP, because so how much you already sold, that you know from ERP. So that data we need to bring from here. You need to plan it and you need to send him. Okay, so this is you are going to sell in the future. According to that, you can plan for your manufacturing, your procurement process. Like that, these are the two systems are communicating each other to taking the inbounding and to give the outbounding. So to communicate the two different systems, so we need some interface. Hmm? So that is nothing but like a SAP CIDS. So this is a technical team. they will manage this interface part. Like in SAP IBP, so you are the functional consultant. Like that, there is a technical team also. So they are going to manage this interface part. Anyway, we don't need to worry about this one. So you will not have access also. So they will manage this part. How you are managing this part, like that they will manage this part. So this is about the interface. And then these are some example screens, like how IBP looks, reports, etc. and all. Let me show you in the system. For example, like as I told, this is like a web-based tool. So with this URL, for example, like you will get the URL, and if you click on that URL, it is going to connect to the IBP. And you want to do some configuration, so simply you can go to that particular app and you can do the configurations. I want to create something new, you can create it, or I want to see existing one, I can see. So everything is app based here. Okay, I want to configure something, you can click on this one, it will take you to that page. So it's very easy. Or like you don't really go and check what exactly that one, even you can search from here. For example, I want to do something in the forecasting, I can simply give FORE something, it will show all the apps related to the forecasting. Okay, I want to manage the forecast models, then you can select it. Like that, you don't really remember the app names also. If you know that the first 2 3 letters also, you can just give it, or approximate letters you can give, it will take all the apps. And we can create the reportings also. So when they are going to sit with their report, like the high level meetings and all, so then they will show all the reports to showcase their management what is happening currently. So these are all we did in the last batch. See, for example, these many templates we created, all these modules, these are all created for the last batch, and this also created for the last batch and all. And like that you can, like they can present the reporting also. And they can work in Excel. So that they can, some of the things are coming from interface, some IVP is giving the data, some planners they can give manually. For example, like a system is proposed, your March 2026 forecast is 3689, but planners knows, okay, that time I know I will sell 5000 quantity, so they can give 5000 and they can see. So normally in Excel you will save this one, but IBP they can save here and click on the save. So here we given the logic. In case if planners are doing some adjustment, take that number. Otherwise, you can take what are the system proposal. In case if they don't agree with the system proposal, they will give the number whatever they wanted. In case if they are agree, they don't give any number. So like that they can work like as Excel. It's a normal working Excel only. Anyway, tomorrow I can give you the detail about this one. So the system demo, so that you will understand how the IBP navigation looks like, how this one, etc. and all. So that while we are going to start configuring, you will connect it. Okay, so this, like you can visualize something if you know the system navigation and all. Okay, so